Hey guys, Rick Shaw here. It's Monday the 8th. We've got hazy sky. I watched that Westpec WX weather. Looks like we might get some rain coming pretty soon. Not looking forward to that, but we'll see. Time will tell. Something I wanted to talk about today was this deal on the pipeline. And you libs gotta look at this yourselves too. You gotta take a good look at this, because it's not going to stop how much gas is getting used. It's just going to change the price. That's all there is to it. I seen a thing on there that this Soros dude, good name for him, nothing but a big sore. He owns the train cars that are going to move it. There's going to be trucks that got to move it. Those pollute a good bit. You know, good for the truckers, I guess. And I saw a thing on there that was going to cost $35 to ship a barrel when it only costs $10 to send it through the pipeline. So we've spent so much money on this pipeline already. Who gives anybody the right to stop that? That's something that's paid for and is supposed to be finished. And like I say, you libs, you need to be looking at this, because your gas price is going up too, same as the rest of us. Another thing that I watched on here just recent was the video the Pillow Guy made. And boy, I'll tell you what, that was really interesting. I mean, it put everything in one big place. And now we got Time Magazine telling that this is bad. You YouTube guys, you can't hit me on this one, because this is all stuff that's out there now. So, you know, people, you got to wake up. And you libs, you better be careful. You're going to get what you ask for. It's coming. It's coming to everywhere. Now I just seen, even in this country, they're going to do a fines for not wearing a mask in your car. And then after you get 3 fines, then they're going to take your license away for 5 years. I mean, this is just getting just a little tiny bit too ridiculous. Where's the paperwork that says these things really work? I'd like to see that. I would love to see that these things they're 100% effective. If they are, how comes they keep saying there's these more cases? I don't get it. I don't understand why that's happening. But a lot of crap is going down right now. I can watch the news way early in the morning. I've been getting up real early just so I can keep up with stuff while I got the bandwidth to do it. I'm down now. I'll have to load this up on somebody's Wi-Fi when I'm done. But it's a shame, that's so much baloney was going on with this last selection. And I don't get it. And then I watched this guy that's in there. It doesn't seem like he's wanting to help anybody. I'm just not seeing it. And then they're talking about, now I just seen a thing on there too about first one I've seen in a while was about this dang money they want to give you for them taking you off work. And it's the same old story. What they do is they create a problem, they force you off of work so that you're broke, and then they're going to be the solution. We're going to be so benevolent and give you money. Well, you know what? Should have left us alone in the first place. It's just leave us alone. Let people go and do their thing. I'm not too worried about the flu. I'm just not. And all these people, if anybody wants to get a shot and a beer, that's up to them. That is totally up to them. That's the way it should be. It should not be ever made mandatory or forced or anything. Now, I got some sad news from the States. I had a buddy of mine that I knew for 20-some years, and I got a thing from his wife. She sent me a long thing about, don't get a shot and a beer. I have to say that's part of my quatrain. Because they both got them at the same time. I believe it was the phaser. We'll call it phaser, like on Star Trek. And he's gone now. He's gone, and she's incredibly ill right now. They were a couple that for some reason they never had any children, and she actually said in her long thing she wrote me that she was glad that she didn't, because she's afraid she isn't going to be around long. She can't move. She's got the shakes, and it doesn't sound good. She can't take care of herself now, and this thing was only done a little over a week ago. So, very, very, very sad that this can happen. But it's happened throughout history, with kids. Look at Raggedy Ann and Raggedy Andy. Look that up, why that was the way it was, and why he made those dolls. And they had X's in their eyes, guys. So look that up yourself and look at the story behind the guy who invented those, and you'll see what I mean. It's been going on for a long time. I remember there was a thing in India where they were doing the polio, and they stopped it because they didn't have that big of a polio thing. And then after these shots, Entebbe came up, it went through the roof. So they wound up stopping it. Now you see a lot of these countries in Africa are stopping it. At least they're waking up, and they're being smart right now. It's a scary thing. It scares me that if they try to make it mandatory, it looks like travel. They're going to force it on you if you want to travel, if you want to move or do anything. To me, that's just absolutely ridiculous. But one thing you guys should do, watch that Pillar guy, and it's a pretty good. It's long. It's pretty damn long, but he ties a lot of things in together. It's the most comprehensive one I've seen on it so far. There's a lot of cases now that are moving up through the courts now. That we'll see how things go. It's kind of scary times right now with what's going on. You've seen my videos all the way from the beginning, from a year ago now, that I wasn't buying it, and I know a lot of you guys don't buy it either. But there's a lot of people who do. I mean, I got some in my own family that they're just itching to go get the shot, and a beer, and I'm just shaking my head, going, man, this is just something. I'm not getting what's going on, but this is where we're at. But we do have a beautiful day. It's not raining yet. We got a nice breeze. It is not hot at all here, and I'm looking forward to some more sunny days. But we might get some rain coming up here. But Mom was down at the hospital today. She went and got her test the other day, and she went to the doctor so he could, all the tests that she had done, looking over and see how good it is, whether she needs to stay on the medicine or what happened. I know she had a friend who was a caddy also, had the same thing, and after she was on the medicine for a while, it cleared things up. So this doctor that they're using is a really good guy. I used him myself. He's from Binion. His name is Dr. Mina. If you've got any kind of trouble with your heart, I think he's the man to see, because I know there's a lot of them around here, but he's really sharp. Kind of looks like a hippie dude and all that kind of stuff, but this dude's really sharp. He knows his business, and he ain't one of these guys that wants to put you on medicines for the rest of your life and make a ton of money off you. He wants to get you fixed, so he's a good guy to see. And we took Grandma home today. We hated to see her go. I know the kids did too. They were sobbing in the back a little bit. Thanks, buddy. My little guy brought me some coffee, and so we took her. But we had a bunch of kitchen stuff that we wanted to give over there. Some serving trays and a steamer and all this kind of stuff. And it was a big thing, so I hate to drive over where she lives. It's just a nightmare to get a car in and out of there. Every time we went before, we always took the Piaggio, but that's gone now. So there's not a lot of room. But I had to take her over there. I couldn't let her try to get all this stuff, all these boxes of stuff, and we had clothes, we had stuff for the sister-in-law, and we had a bunch of stuff that she took. So I had to take her all the way over there. But coming back, I got behind one of the best jeepney drivers I ever saw in my entire life. I got behind him. I let him in because he was coming, and I thought, nah, I'd hate to get behind him. But this dude, I'm glad I got behind him. He was squeezing through this area where, I'm not kidding you, he had a half inch on either side, and he was not dilly-dallying. He was moving along. We had to go down the river and back up the other side. There's no room over there. There's no space. And because he got through, my car's narrower than his Jeepney, I knew I could get through too. And I probably would have stopped on a couple of occasions, but he cooked. And when he picked up a passenger, he stopped right where they were. They jumped in, and he was cooking again. As soon as their feet were up in that Jeepney, he was moving, and I was very impressed. He went all the way down through San Jose, and he pulled into the market there, sure enough, to turn around and go the other way. But this dude, I wish I could have seen him, because he was extra special Jeepney driver. That guy did not dilly-dally, and he didn't get in anyone's way. And I was glad to get behind him. You know, he was definitely clearing the path. So that was something I saw very cool today. But things are looking good here. We're supposed to be moving in March. I had the sink changed out in the kitchen, and it's only a sink about this deep. And I got the faucets. Now the stupid people from Demeterland are coming back and saying, oh, you got to go out and buy it and put it in because the project managers don't have time to go get one. I gave him the specs on it, gave him a picture. This guy don't have time for me. We're paying him. We're paying this joker, and he don't got time for me. This is why I can't stand this company. Guys, if you ever come here and you're going to get a house done, stay away from this Demeterland. Just don't touch these guys. They feel so entitled, like they're doing me this huge favor, building me a house, you know, and they're not getting a lot of stuff right. Just a lot of the stuff I asked for. One of the main things I wanted was to put the washer out the back of the house and have a plug there. The water's there, but there's no plug. So now I got to run extension cords out around the back and all. And I don't want them to smash big holes in the wall to get it. They'll smash big holes in the wall to get it and just spackle over it. And I don't know. I'm just, you know, the finish looks good, but what happens when that finish falls off? You know, and that happens around here. So just make sure if you look at them, if they have one that's finished that you could buy, yeah, that's the way to go. But I worry about this place. I hope it doesn't turn into a piece of crap in 5 years. Next house, I'm doing myself. I ain't playing with any of these people here. We looked at Philinvest homes. They were just absolute crap. We looked at this Silverdale place out in Tanza, and the person who was taking us to look at them was nothing but a liar. They had this thing outside a window with a roof, and they said, oh yeah, you can make that into a veranda where you can sit out there. And oh, cool. And it was all covered up. And they said, oh, that's all concrete in there. Oh, great. Okay. Well, then I went down the street, and there was one that was just being built, and it was nothing but metal studs. You couldn't put any weight on them. They're just enough to hold the roof up. So you got to watch these people. A lot of the people that sell things here have no idea what their product is. They don't know. They just tell you what you want to hear to get the stuff sold. They don't care. They get their commission and they go. That's what they do. I actually went and sold a couple cars at a new car dealer, and I got there at 7 in the morning. They opened at 9. I was reading about all the cars, and I sold 2 that day. Their best salesman was selling like 1 a week. I sold 2 in a day because I talked to the people. Hey, you know, look at this. This has got this. This is it. Look, when you go to do the maintenance, this is cheap. You know, I looked at everything. Look at all the features. You know, and that's how you go to sell things. They don't do that here. I have never seen it yet. That they do anything like that here. Most of the people, they have no idea what they're talking about. Like even when I looked at my Honda car here, just from the research I did for the year before I bought it, I knew more about the car than anybody down in the place, you know. And it just was ludicrous. Even the service manager, he was giving me a hard time about using synthetic. Oh, you can't do that. Your warranty is voided. Just crazy stuff here in this country. So be wary of that when you come here. I honestly, though, if I were to do it all over again, I wouldn't do a car. I just wouldn't. I love this car. Don't get me wrong, but I wouldn't do one. I just, you know, rent a van whenever we need to go somewhere. and do like that. It would be much cheaper, and then you don't got to worry about accidents. I've had this thing smashed in. I don't know how many times I hit dogs in it. Damn dogs are all over the street. They run right out in front of you. I hit them. I hate to do that. Electric woman smashed in the side, broke my mirror. That's going to cost me $15,000 to fix. Just stupid stuff. My whole hood got smashed in from some dude coming and hit me from the side. And all of a sudden, it's all my fault. The damn police wouldn't do anything to help me. They got cameras in that whole area we were at. They wouldn't pull it up. Hey, get the camera footage. Nope, it's your fault. They didn't even look. As soon as I got into place, they just said it's your fault, and we had to pay the guy off. And then I had to pay for my car to get fixed. So, yeah, I wouldn't do it again. I used to love to enjoy driving in the United States. When we went to Canada, even down in Mexico, I loved to drive. I was over in Europe a couple times, and I drove there in a little tiny car. I didn't mind it at all. But in this country, I hate to drive. I hate to drive. There's absolutely no discipline here when it comes to drivers. They'll cut you off. They don't look. They just pull out in front of you. Especially you see a lot of tricycle drivers when they're coming out of a side street or something. They're not even looking. They just fly in front of you. When you get up to a light and you're going to be the first one to go, 50 motorcycles surround you. You can't move because once they start rolling, they keep rolling. You're stuck. You might even get stuck there another light. It's just not fun. It's not fun. My wife always she hits me for me bitching about the driving, and I said, well, here's the deal. Wait till you start driving. Wait, she's going to be driving soon, and let's see how you feel about it. Because my goodness, the way they cut you off here and the crap that they pull on you all the time, it's a daily thing. I get in the car and I ask the good Lord for a safe trip every time I get in. It's just, it's not a fun thing to do here. It's a chore. It's not a good thing, but it's cheap to hire a driver, So I don't want to hire a driver in my car, but I'll keep driving it. And after we move, I'm going to get a tricycle for local hops and stuff. I loved when I had the tricycle before. I loved my Piaggio too, but there's just not going to be the places to park for it. When we were at the house last time, I want to make that area. I want to put an awning over where the car thing is, and that's going to be where we sit. We just bought a really nice Samsung karaoke machine. And I got the cordless mics to go with it. I forget the brand of that, but it was cordless mics. We were trying it in the store. I actually got real far from the machine, and it was still working really good. We love karaoke. Now it's one of these ones that you get the karaoke music off your phone through the Bluetooth, and we'll have that all tied into the TV. Hi, sweetheart. Let me get this when I'm done, okay? And so we're looking forward to having that. The TV, we saw a couple TVs there that we like. We're still deciding on what we're going to get, but I'd like to get at least a 55-inch. I want to put it on that wall across from the TV. I was even thinking of putting couches on the other side and putting a mirror on the other side, so if people are sitting over on the TV side, they can just look in the mirror to watch. And that way everybody can see it if they want. So that's my plan, and if we're having a party or something, people can stand outside and they can sing through the window. They don't got to go inside. I'm never one for real loud noises. I'm not going to keep my karaoke up loud, and I don't like to play the music real loud. We're going to go in there, and when we do all our paper signing and get our stickers for getting in and out of the place, I want to get their rules of when the karaoke's got to stop. I know when we first get there, it's not going to matter because there's nobody there. It's just going to be us. But we like to follow the rules here. We don't want to have any trouble. We always take good care of our security guards here, and when we move, we're going to do the same. We're going to go down to the Barangay and visit with those people and get our occupancy stuff like that, so I can meet those people down there. And we're looking forward to the move. We got our little tiny house, and I don't want a big one. I had one, and I just don't want the mess. There's a lot of things I want to do Like one of the things I want is when we get a couch, I want a couch that's up off the floor so that we can get a mop underneath it. I don't like this one here that's right down on the floor. Every time we got to pull this big heavy monstrosity out, it's just full of crud underneath there. You know, dust bunnies and all that stuff. It all catches there. So I want something that's raised up. I'd like it raised up enough where I can get some of those little containers, those plastic containers they sell here that got the wheels on the bottom. We could roll it under if we want to put blankets or whatever, anything like that. Hi, baby boy. How are you? Can you what?
Did you want some more coffee?
Oh, no, I have some yet. Thank you. But I'll let you know when I do. That's my little coffee getter. We got the pot running today. It is a Hanabishi, but it's working, this little one. But it doesn't make the coffee real hot. We actually got to brew it and then put it in the stove and cook it. I should have it just leaking right into a pot on the stove, but I don't know how to get that to work yet. But I'm going to go ahead and let you go, guys. Don't forget to pray for each other and take care. And what do you say?
Hey, Chad.